Okay. Um,
Okay.
I know it is not difficult for you to open the SQL up to this stage.
Okay, sir.
Have you been able to open it your own and to see if you can be able to engage one or two things there?
Yes, I was able to SQL. I was able to open it.
It's all right. So I will only touch on one or two things from the introductory of the body of the work. Then we'll now go properly to activities, how we are using it. We are not going to engage in using the SQL today to start to query data. So I promise that I will show you how we get the numbering. When you look at my own, when I go to new query, for instance, and you see it will start with a number.
Okay, sir.
And when I maybe shift enter down, it will see new numbers. And shifting down, new numbers are coming. So this numbering system is not by default in your SQL. You need to put it in your SQL if you want it. It's not for everybody. So when you want to do it, you go to your tool. When you click
Oh,
on your tool, you go down to the option and click
okay.
on the option. You see we
Okay.
have a lot of places you can go to. Have environment, project, text editor, query execution. All these are just like the back end of your work. Just like when we went to Excel, we went to the file site and we saw a lot of things we can do from there. And the same thing with Power BI. So for this is the you can open them one by one. They have things they do. But for this one that I want to do this numbering, you go to your text editor. This text editor under your option. When you click on it, you see it opens up some engagements here. You see general file extension, all languages, plain text, transact SQL, amongst many. So you go to all languages and click on it. When you click on all languages, click on the general for the all languages and you look down, you see line numbers. If you check your own, it will be unchecked. So when you check it, it will have this blue color and a good inside, and you click OK, you will begin to see the line display like this. But for people that want it, it's not everybody. So in case you want to use it to work, that is what you are going to see. I hope that makes sense. So now let's come to our work. Remember I said that by default, maybe newer versions, you will not see master there. But previous version, like our own, is almost close to the newest version. You see master, depending on the database you want to work with. You can come to this little arrow here and you change it. So I'm going to use data Adventure Works 2022. So I click on it. So that is what we are going to use for our query. So today we are going to do some exercise. The first one is retrieve retrieve from product table. Now you know that when you open your database, since we are working on Adventure Works 2022, we'll go to the database for Adventure Work 2022 and we'll open it up. That is where our work is going to be based on. Then you go to the table in the Adventure Work and you open the table. It will now expand to give you the view of all the tables in this database, all the table. And of course, it is not all of them we'll be using. We are going to select some particular ones and we'll work with it and we'll see how it's going to give us our answer. So for the first work, we are asked to retrieve. So I can write it here. retrieve from, of course, when you see some wordings, they have enhanced coloration. It means those wordings are a kind of operators. They are not just normal words. So it be taken note of when you see them, their color changes. We have operator and we have other functions that are using certain words. Those words are not used anyhow. That is why they have a differentiated coloration like this from now. But because we are still writing, and this writing we are going to convert it into a comment. And comment is something like a write-up that you put up to give you a view of the work, what you are doing in your work. It is not actually being part of the coding, but it's just like giving you a remembrance or a clue of what you are doing, so that when you return to the work after many months, after many years, you can still remember what you did there. So we are returning from product tables. All colors except blanks. That's one. The next one is red. Sorry. Then silver slash black and white. With least priced between 75 pounds between 75 pounds. But let me use dollar. I don't have time to begin to um, look for the pounds calibration, and 750. 750 pounds. Now the next question is re rename I can break this down. So rename the column rename the column standard cost price. Now sort price in ascending order. Okay, so this is the question that we have been given. So let me go back and arrange it very well. Then we'll now look at the question and then see how to address it. So you say retrieve. Now when you have something like this, like in the lesson for last time, we have two ways to do it. If you want to comment it, you can do that by coming to this place and clicking on this one. You know, one has actually like revise and one is just play. When you click on this, it will automatically give you two dotted line. It means that that line is um, a commented line. Can do the same thing here, so that the system will not see it as a code which it need to act upon. So it say retrieve from, let me capitalize this, from product. Product is a table, product table. Now we are retrieving all colors except blanks. So we have colors, several colors in our table of products which are going to go, and we are now having an exception, which is we are retrieving all color but not blanks. Raise price between, let me cut so that you can be able to cut it from here, and we'll also comment it with list price between 75 and $50 or pounds. Now after that, we are also asked to do what? To rename the column and the standard cost price. Then we should sort the price in ascending order. So that is the question that we have been given. And let's call this, let's call it question one. Question one. And so that we can be guided. So when we have something like this, we will now begin to look on what are we expected to do. Now, before we go to this question, we have a table called product table. So that product table, let's go to the board. Let's look at the, from this, look at the product table. We have production by product. We have, you can see it under production. Production by product, production, we start from production by bill of material, cost, short, document, illustration, location, product, product category, product cost history, product description, inventory, amongst other. But product table, let's see what is in product table. So we'll come to product table and we start by writing select. So we'll come here and write select, and we are selecting all. We are selecting everything. We want to see what is in this table, and once you have put this asterisk, it means you are selecting everything. It means you are selecting everything, and then you now say you are selecting from where. That take us to the next line, which is from. From is where you are selecting from. That is why when you saw that from here, it was showing blue, because it is a function that we use to call in a table from the database. So, but we are picking it from, so we are taking it from this table, which is the production table. Go there again and look for the production, the product here, and we click on it and we copy it. Copy it and we'll come here and we'll do Control V. So we want to see what is it that is inside here from the product table. If you watch the work I did last time, I was able to use this calling of the code to bring in tables from their from where they are kept, so that we can be able to look at what is there. So if I've done this, let us now click on execute. Let's see. Now you see that we have been able to execute the query on this table. And now remember, we have a question here. We are looking for color, a set balance. So I mean there should be color here. And now when you look at product ID, product name, product number, mark flag, finish good flag, That means has it been finished? Is it yet to be finished? That is what it's saying. Now you see there's color, and the colors are of variant type. And when you look, you see we have 504 rows. We have 504 rows, and there will be several colors there. Now this is where our question is going to. We are asked to do what? To retrieve or to extract or to bring out from this table all colors. We want to see all the colors. It is not everything we want to see, but all the colors. And those colors have exception. We not pick a color that is blank, red, or silver, stroke, black, and white. Now with list price, and that color will have a price. Now we go again, we look at our table. Our table has a list price. This is the list price. The list price is the price in which the product has been kept. And you say that list price that you want to pick for this product should be between 75 and 750. So anything that is below 75 will not be picked, and anything above 750 will also not be picked. Now the third thing that is going to happen is for us to rename the column, and we'll call it standard cost price. So we are going to change the name of this price, the cost, rename the column now to standard cost price, and we're also going to sort this price in ascending order. Means you are going to start from the lowest price and will continue to go down until get to the highest price. So that is what the question are demanding us to do. So if we have that in mind, so we can now go ahead to do what? To see how to solve this. Okay. So for you to do that, you start by this select now. We are not selecting everything, so we are not going to use select star. So the first thing we are going to do is that, because we are asked to select a particular color, so we are going to use another function called distinct. This, since I'm talking, this thing is coming up, the interlace. Last time it refused to come up. Distinct. We select distinct, and the distinct we're selecting is color. So we're looking at color. So I can come here. Okay, normally it will be problematic. So I will leave there and come to the product. You can open the product, open the column, and go to color, because that is what we want to pick. You copy it, Control C. Don't mind this number variable character that you are seeing here, which is 15, and it's not, it will not follow even though you are copying it. So when I come here, I will shift and do Control V. It's only color that will follow me to that space. So once I've done that, the next thing I'm going to pick is, I'm going to pick from the question. It says you should pick what? The list price, because we are picking color, but we are still going to do some things from that color, and we are picking the list price because list price is also required. You come here, you look for list price and pick it also. Do Control C, and you come and put it here. You have picked list price. The next thing you are going to pick, and now this list price, something was done. You are asked to rename the list price to standard cost price, because we are asked here, retrieve from product table all colors except this, which we are going to go to. Now they say with list price, this price has a range. Then they say rename it to standard cost price. So it is just like an alias. So we are now going to do what? To do that. So remember, if you look at the color here, there's a comma. Comma is what separates the uh, one selection from another. But this one now, you're not going to put comma. You're only going to do what? Change the name of list price like an alias. Alias is a name you give to something that you don't want to call. Like me, people call me Jude Gates, but my name is Jude. So as an alias, you discover that instead of calling me Jude, you now call me Jude Gates. That becomes that can also stand for my name, and you are still correct. So you do as sorry. Now, what did you ask to do? You are asked to now change this list price to what? To standard to standard cost price. So that is what we are going to do now. So as standard cost price. So we are changing the name of list price to standard cost price. Now, the next thing is, where are you picking this work from? You are picking it from production product. So it is still valid. So now the other conditions that we are giving is what? Color that is not inside the color that we are supposed to pick out. I will have various colors there. So you have to now open a new column and you now introduce what we call the where clause. The where clause. So where clause is a clause that tends to filter your work. It is now you have a lot of color, but the where clause for this individual work is reducing this our concentration of purpose to fewer items. So we use where clause. And if you observe, you see that there's some red, something like a squirrel red, showing that syntax is not correct because we have not finished our work. So it is only when those red this leaves your work that you know that your work is correct. But because we are still in the process, we can leave it there. So we are now asking where color, because color is what we are picking now, but not all. So you go again to color and you copy it out and you come here and you place it. Now this color that is here, the color should not be what? Red. So for you to do that, you now use the function not in. When you say not in, it means that color is the one you are accepting, you are removing from your work. So it is not in. Then what are those colors that you are segregating? Remember that three colors we are given there. One was red. So you now open up a bracket and you are now going to perform that operation. Remember, red is a string. String is different from number. So when you are handling strings, always use an inverted comma to show that you are handling a string. Always use an inverted comma. So the color should not be red. So I put up my red. What is the next color that we also talked about? Say silver black. The color should also not be silver black. So you bring up your inverted comma again and you write your silver or slash what? Black. Then there's the last one, white color. If you remember, I said that SQL is not color sensitive, but by convention, there's some colors that's right up we use capital letter to do so that it will look presentable. So this is white. And make sure your spellings are all correct. because we say that, and the good thing is that the way you talk it is how you do the language, you write it out, and it still make sense to you. So after doing this, another condition was that the list price the list price should be within a particular range. The list price should be between 75 and 750. So we have to now address that too, because we have done the other one. So we'll come down and we'll use the and operator. Don't worry, you get to see all this gradually as you continue to use them. You begin to get conversant with them, and it will help you to retrieve data or whatever you want to retrieve. So it is the list price now you want to now also filter. So you come here and you pick your list price again, Control C, and come here and put it, Control V. So the list price, you say it should be between 75 and 750. So you use the conjunction between. You see the color is always something like brown, dark gray or dark ash. This is a operator. That is why it is like that. Different from the one we use for our calling. So it's between, and now 75 and 750 are not strings. So they are numbers. Numbers don't have any inverted comma. You just write your number the way it's appearing, and we use the and again, the and operator, and you now put your 750. So after you, the last thing now we are going to do is say you should sort this price in ascending order. So you have asked to send. So when you want to do that, you are going to order. You are going to order whatever you are doing, and you are ordering by something, order by a particular distance. So what we say there is that it's the list price that we are trying to set by ascending. So if we are ordering by that list price. We are ordering by the list price. So we order by, go back to list price, you copy it, and you come here and you place it. Order by list price. And how do you place it? You place it by ascending. So after you have done that, you have already addressed this work. So let's go back before we execute. Let's look at the question again and look at what we have done. Say the question is retrieve from product table all colors. So we have gone to the product table, which is the product table here. We are looking at two things, color, and we're looking at list price. Let's say retrieve from the product table all color. So we are removing every color, but in removing every color, we are trying to have some exception, and the exceptions are three basic color. One of them is uh, black. No, sorry. This one should be red, blank. I say blank, red, silver. So I also have to add blank there because I didn't put the blank. So I have to address it. But let's finish first because there are some colors that they should be blank there. But I didn't check if we have any color that is written blank. Okay, let's finish first. So we're removing except blanks, except red, and blanks are null. Black stroke silver and white. Now after that, where are we removing this from? From a particular table called production product table. Now after we have done that, we now went ahead to use the where clause to now filter the color. So say those color not in, that is the operator will use to remove those color. So we now rule red, silver, black, and white. Then the and conjunctor, or the operator for and now, is the second aspect of the expectation, because they say and the price, the list price is between 75 and 750. So the list price should be between, using the between operator, 75 and 750. So anything you are going to do is within this range. And after that, you now say sort price in ascending order. So order, we are ordering by, which is the clause, which is the list price. We are doing it in an ascending order. So let's execute this and see how it will look like. Now this is what we are going to see when we have executed it. So you see, and moreover, you see the number of row. So the blank automatically was removed, because blank is just like, there's nothing inside. So what is left now is just other color. Because this is silver black, not pure black. So the color that was called silver black was removed. But you can see black, multi, you can see silver, you can see black, gray. So, and also the standard cost price, which we now renamed. It used to be what? List price. It has now been renamed to what? Standard cost price. Just the way we wrote it. Whatever you write here is what you are going to see here. When you make mistake here, the mistake will reflect here. And that you see that the price is arranged in ascending order from the least to go until you got to what? To the biggest. To the biggest. So this is what you can see when you are doing the SQL query. So we have been able to use this to actually save. So you can now go and save this work. You can go to file and go to save as. It will open up where it is saved under SQL management. You can now see, you can come and say CDC question 1. CDC question 1, and you say save. So your work has been saved. So you can always visit it back to look at it. So we can now go again to look at another question. See, as we're working, we are setting some questions and also using it to look at our work and to learn new things. So from here, you discover that we're able to have this select. We have been showing select that has an asterisk. An asterisk means select all, everything that is in that table. Now we are now looking at distinct. We are just selecting some few things. We are selecting color specific and list price here. And now we're also asking, where are we selecting from? The place we are selecting from is the destination where we are picking up the work. It is also going to be known. And now the where clause, the where now is a kind of a filter. So we use it to go further and look at this particular color now and see what we want to do with it. This around, we're now removing some things. So these ones that are not in are not supposed to be part of what we're going to select. That is why we're removing it. And also looking at the list price, which has a range. Then we're now ordering, and the order is in ascending order. So this is what we're able to learn in this one. So we now go and open up a new query. So when you want to open up a new query, this is number 57. When you open up a new query, you see a new query has come up, and this is starting again afresh with a new work. So let's see if we can be able to do this work, then we can continue next class. So we're going to take it gradually. So we'll call this question 2. Question 2. So what is question 2 saying? Says find, let me write them in capital letter, find all male employees born from 1962 to 1970, and their hire date greater than 2001. Let me break it. And female employees born between 1972 to 1975, and hire date between 2001 stroke 2002. So this is the second question, just like the first question. So what we're going to do here is we can copy this and see if we can comment on them. See if it will allow us to comment. So comment 2 will come here. We'll do it all at once. See, it does allow us to comment on it. So it is no more a question, a code now. It is just a comment. So understanding the question, say we should find all male employees who are born from 1962 to 1970. Remember, let's close this. Now it is talking about what? Employee. And where do we find employee? We come to human resource department, human resource employee, human resource employee department history. So we are talking about the employee here. That is where we are going to do our work. Open up the column. You can see some important, you can see hire date, you can see birth date, vaccination hour, vacation hour, sick leave hour, their currency flag, gender, marital status, job title. This is just like an important information. So this is where our work will be hinged. So we are asked to do what? To find all the male employees that are born in this organization from 1962 to 1970. That is what we are asked to do. And also in those people now, we check their hire date when they were hired, and their date to be greater than 2001. That is what? For male. And now they also have to check for female and female employee who are born between 1972 and 1975, and also the hire date between 2001 and 2002. That is our next assignment. So for us to do this, we have already identified where our work is going to come from: human resource slash employee table. That is where we are going to work. So normally we start, let's see, move one more step. We start by writing the select so that we can see the whole of the table. Select, and you put up the star. So to help you to bring in all the table in this thing, in the who in this table, this column on our dashboard, so that I can able to at least have a little view about it before we know what to do. So you say from where? From human resource employee. So you copy it and come here and Control V. So if we have done that, we can execute it first. Let's see how it look like. So we have executed it. We can see some important information. This one is having business entity ID, national ID number, just our national ID number, login ID, organization nodes, levy, job title, the positions they are occupying, when they were given birth to. You can see it here. Their marital status, their gender, their hire date. This is their salary flag, vacation hours, sick leave hour, current flag, 1 or 0, raw grid, modified date. So all these are important information. But of course, we are not going to use all this information. That is why it is important to know how to query a database. Because if it's all about querying everything, then we are not doing the database analysis very well. So if we have done this, so now we want to go proper to the question. So first of all, what and what do we need from this information and why do we need them? We need the login ID, we need the national ID number, we need the gender. Some of them, of course, may not be able to, may not use them. We need the gender, we need the birth date, and we need the hire date. And it's coming from this human resource employee. So after that, we'll now begin to go and make some little selection based on our filtering criteria. So we are not more going to use select all. So we remove the select and we'll now go to what to pick what we need. What is it that we need? We need the login ID. So we look for login ID and we copy it, we put it here, then put a comma. Next one will need um, um, national identity number, which is here. Copy it and we Control V. What else do we need? We need the gender so that we're able to differentiate who and who. So we'll come to the gender and we'll Control C and we'll place Control V. We are not done yet. We also need the birth date and the hire date. So we come to the birth date, check for birth date, Control C, and also the hire date, the date in which the people or the employee that we are looking for were hired. So these are the important idea we are going to use. Then as a convention, we can break this down. Break this down. Okay. So the next thing is from where, and the from have been answered from human resources employee. Now we now go to our filter. The first filter we are going to use is our where clause. Where is a filtering criteria, and we're going to use it. And we're saying that gender, find or make until gender, where the gender, can also copy the gender from here. It's not compulsory you go, you can pick gender from here. Control C. See where gender is the same thing as, remember our criteria. So gender is now regarded as M, which is male, and those men will have a date in which they were what, they were, there's a particular criteria for this selection. We are looking at the birth date, and the birth date, can put the birth date here, Control C, and say our birth date is one between what. So when you are getting this birth date, just it has a range, and we use the between a given year. And what is that year? Between 1960, 1960, no, 1962, and you have to start from January 1st. And because it has a range, 1970 and 1970, and also 1970 should be at the last day of 1970. So understand how this works. When you want to say between 1962 and 1970, you also ask where or when in 1962. It should be the very first seconds of 1962 and the very last seconds of the last date. So it's exactly what has been done here. 1962 12 1931. And I will also ask another criteria, higher date. There's a higher date for them based on the question. And the higher date for the male is greater than. So we always use it the way the English is. And the higher date is greater than which year? 2001. So greater than 2001. So what is the next criteria? Or, because we are looking at either male or female. So we use the or clause. So the or clause will now include what is there in male and what is there in female. But when you use and is always selective to be minimal. So we use or, then the gender. Remember, gender does not contain only one, it has both male and female. So gender or gender, when it is equal to female, is equals to female, we now begin to look into the female aspect. So if it is female, we are now going to look at the birth date when this female were giving birth. So we use another this and birth date between, can copy this and come over here. And birth date between for the female 1962 . between the for the male is 1962 to 1970, yes, and for the female is between 1972 1972 0101, and the last date for the female is 1975. 1975 12/31. That's the way it is there. Then higher date, and the higher date and higher date for the female is 2001/2002. So higher date is between 2001 0101 and 2002 12/31. So what is the last female employee born between this and date between this? So find all male employee born from 1962 to 1970 and their higher date greater than 2001, and female employee born between 1972 to 1975 and their higher date between 2001/2002. So we can also include the ordering. You can order it by gender. Order by gender. And copy the gender through. Order by gender in ascending order. So we have problem with our syntax for the greater than. To know where we have that problem. Incorrect syntax. This is again. Correct syntax near greater than. Okay. For human resource employee, where gender is this, and date between 1960 and 1970. Let's run it and see. I know it's going to give me error. I want to see why this error has refused to go. But normally when it has this, it will not run. So let's just try. You see, it has a complaint. Incorrect syntax near this. So we need to address that. Why do you have that syntax there? Why do you have that syntax there? And it has refused to go. Mm, Backdate from where and backdate and higher date agenda. Let me see. Let me remove this and this and see what will happen here. Hmm. 2001. Okay, I will skip this. I will see, find out why I am having this syntax error here. Message 1 or level 15 state one line incorrect syntax error complete time. There is an incorrect syntax error. I want to know why the syntax error is appearing there, because I think most of what I did here is correct. So I'm not supposed to have any syntax error. But we sort that out. Sort that out. So we'll take so let's leave this one first. I open another query and do one more before we close today. Then I can come back to it in next class and we'll address it. So let's look at yet another question. It says create. So say create a list of 10 most expensive products from the product table that have a product number is beginning with BK. I say include only the product ID, name, and color. So This is a simple action, and let's call it question 3. And so you can see from what we just did for another one that if your syntax is not correct or something is wrong with your syntax, you will always get an error. No matter how you try, you'll be there. So if that error is not corrected, you will not get your answer. So we'll address that. But first of all, let's look at another question. So it says create a list of 10 most expensive products from production product table. So where is production product table? That's the only first thing we always ask ourselves. Close this. Then it's under production. So we go to production and go to product. This table. Okay. When we open this table and open up the column, you can see we have list of items. We have the primary key, product ID, which is a primary key, PK. It is an integer. Integer means just a whole number. It doesn't have comma. It's an integer and it is not null. That means it doesn't entertain empty space. Then you can also have foreign keys. You can see foreign key, foreign key. Remember what I taught you that foreign keys are? You have a bunch of key, a key of your house, but you have your car key inside. Your car key, when it is in the house, is a foreign key, even though it is important to you, but in that house it has no importance. And when you carry that same bunch of key and go to your car, discover that the one for the car becomes important, even though you have a house key there. The house key will do little there, just for safety. So house key becomes a foreign key there in your car, and your car becomes the primary key, and in the house your house key becomes the primary key and the car becomes the secondary key. That is what you are seeing here. So let's go again and try to select star from, go to the production product table and copy it, come and paste, so that it will give us a view of all what we are looking for. See, this one is okay. So it's a good first of all to see all the keys we are looking for. So the question is, we should create a list of 10 most expensive products from the production product. So you are looking at the product and the most expensive. If you are thinking of most expensive, you should be talking about price, selling price. So we are going to go here and check for what the, we are seeing this price, but there should be a price for sale. If there's no sale price, then it should be the this price standard cost. So it should be the list price. That should be your sales price. That is only one that has price from there. So if you have done that, so what you are going to do is that you are asked to do was select the most expensive, 10 most expensive. So you are going to use a function that will help you to remove 10 most expensive products. So how do you do it? You come here and you remove the star. You are not more selecting everything. You are picking what you want to select. So you are selecting, when you're selecting the max, you are using the maximum function. See, it's a function, see the color, it's a max. Select max, and the max, you are looking at some things. One of them is what? You are looking at the list price. As I said, the list price is the only price that is showing us something that has to do with selling. Other one is cost. Standard cost is for cost of production. So you come here and you pick your list price, Control C, and you enter this bracket and you put it there. But the list price now, you are going to change the name because you are talking about the most expensive product. So you change the name and you give it an alias and you give it as. So you're changing the name. So as what? As highest, highest, I'll give it any name, highest price. And it's coming from production product table. Now, the next step is for you to begin to do what? To make a further inroad. So you select top 10 from there. How do you select your top 10? You come down and select top 10. And what are you selecting from top 10? You are looking at the product ID, but that is the primary key. Which other keys are hinging on? You put your comma. The next thing you are selecting, continuing, you can select excuse me, your product number. You can also select the name of the product. Because remember, the name is where the notification comes up. Select the name of the product, and you're also selecting the color. Because you say you should create a list of 10 most expensive products and production table that have a product number that begins with PK. I'm not even going to do this. It also has to include only the product ID, this product ID, the product name, and the color. So we're also going to select the color. We need to select the color, and then we are now going to select the list price. Select the list price. Let's see. The list price. You can comment this out. Just work with this. Let's comment this out. Work with this. Let's see. I am selecting it from where? I'm selecting from the product production table. Production, and the another condition is where, which is the filtering criteria, and the where clause is good is looking at the production number, because you say that you are only going to look at product number that begins with BK. That is where the selection, the where clause comes up. So you say where production number, the product number, you should copy it, Ctrl V, and say it begins with, so you use the like operator to include what we're expecting there, which is B Okay. I think we can run this and see how it looks like. So we ignore the first one is another way of trying to get the same answer, but we're not using it because it may mislead the work. So you see that when I've been able to look at the question, we have now created a list of 10 most expensive. So these are the ones that we list price are very, very expensive. But not only that criteria, we have also picked it from a table called production product table. And now this product has a product number, just like an identification number that only begin with BK. That means there may be other ones, but it's not BK. And BK may stand for maybe brake or bike. Stand with BK. That is one we are after. Then we also include the product ID. This is the product ID. Include the name, road bike, the color, red. That means red colors are expensive, and also the list price is also added here. The list price is also there because this price is what we are using to know the cost, because it says it's most expensive. Even though it was not given the question, we're able to reason it out. Now, where did we pick our table from? From production product table. And our filtering criteria, because it is the number we're using to filter, and the number are found within a given specification, which is BK. That is why it is entering, it is accommodating that number BK. And this percentage at the back is part of the operation that we use to deliver. So you can see that we're able to get the 10 row, and we're able to do it very, very neat.
In today's world, data is the new gold. Data scientists unlock insights from raw information. They use statistical methods to analyze trends. Data analysts convert data into visual stories. By creating dashboards, they help organizations make informed decisions. Machine learning models can predict future outcomes. They identify patterns that aren't visible to the naked eye. Data cleaning ensures accuracy in analysis. Collaboration across departments enhances data insights. They utilize programming languages like Python and R for analysis. Cloud computing resources expand their capabilities. With big data, they tackle complex challenges across industries. Ethics in data science ensures responsible use of information. The future of data science looks bright with endless possibilities.